The theory was simple. Don't come to us, we'll come to you. But in practice, delivering Lagos State's COVID-19 emergency food response packages was easier said than done in many places, especially here in the Igando area of Alimosho, the biggest local government area in Lagos by population. This is one of the many sites where the government will be sharing its emergency COVID-19 emergency food response here. But naturally, the food itself hasn't been trickling down as fast as people have been working for. And naturally, because of that delay, there's been lots of tensions on the streets. You can see the gates there. There are crowds at the gates fighting to get their ways in. Behind the gates, there are trucks of food being shared into smaller cars, which will then make their way into other wards of this area. However, the people here are not satisfied with that process. They feel abandoned, they feel forgotten.
Many of us are widows, many of us are single mothers. We are not working, we are not schooling, nothing again. We only park in the room. Please, we need food. Our children are dying in hunger. Let them come and rescue us. They brought rice to Igando primary school now. We don't know where they're taking the rice to.
We can't manage 14 days. We can't manage. We can't manage. No matter, as I am now, I'm holding 700 naira and I have 4 kids. How do they want to take care of them? They promised us to give us food. They said they will give us rice, they will give us money, they will give us many things, and they didn't give us anything. They are taking it at home. They are taking it to their families. They don't give us anything.
This footage appears to show a local Alimosho politician known as Oloko taking emergency packages for personal use. And it's images like that that have added fuel to the already raging fire of anger in Igando, with crowds disrupting the entrance of cars to the grounds where delivery vehicles are being loaded with food. We managed to gain entry and speak to an authority in charge of distribution here.
In a situation like this, definitely you expect such crowd. However, you have a strategy of the distribution. And how do you do that? You have a lot of representatives of our people around. You want to get to the grassroots through them. We are going back to each ward now so that the direct beneficiary will be handing over to them. We can't be taking this truck to every ward. So we've had about up to 10 vehicles here now, spread across all the 7 wards in the Igando local government. And that is what is happening throughout the other sphere of local government, making 6 of the LCD we have in Alimosho local government. So we have a strategy. So those people that are outside, we are appealing to them. They should go back to their various wards. We are coming back to them. You know the population from Lagos State. You all know it. So how do you expect everybody to get? In fact, Alimosho alone is like a country on its own.
Well, this is what the crowd has been waiting for. As you can see, there is the major truck here with the foodstuffs on board, and naturally they will be offloading from the truck into the cars that will now take these food resources into the different wards. There is supposed to be a regimented system here, but with the crowds gathering outside the gate, you can see it's been very difficult. We've been hearing reports of the staff of the emergency COVID-19 being under threat. Yesterday, there were reports that the car that they were traveling in, the windshield was broken. And also another lady said she had to hide under the rice in the car because of the hostile situation on the road here. So naturally, in as much as we can see, there is order with the bread, with the rice being shared from the lorry into the cars. This calm is not reflective of the tensions that we're seeing outside of the gate. But as Lagos State enters its 3rd day of an initial 2-week total lockdown, if food doesn't reach the people in desperate need, some are threatening to head back to work as normal. To them, hunger is a greater fear than the COVID-19 pandemic. Adefemi Akinsanya, Arise News, Lagos.